Hey everyone, welcome back to our coverage of the GAMA Trade Show 2016. I'm here with Jason Brenner from Upper Deck. Thanks for joining us, Jason.
Thanks, man.
What you got for us today?
Well, normally I come out and I show you guys like the newest game we have out today, but instead of doing that, I wanted to do something a little bit different and talk about everything coming out in the future.
That sounds good.
So yeah, that's why we have the awesome PC setup here. All right, so 2016 and beyond. We have Pack of Lies is the first up. And I'll keep it somewhat top line so we don't go into too much of the detail because there's a lot to show, actually.
Absolutely.
So Pack of Lies is a game about telling lies. And that's fun because you get to lie.
The game that Z will be very good at.
Yes, so there's a lot of different things you can do in there. For example, you can tell someone they're a prostitute. And the idea is it's a bunch of different factions vying for control of the city. And the more lies you tell about them, their credibility goes down. So it behooves them to not or disprove those lies.
Gotcha.
And let's see, the other one, You're an A-hole. That one's on there too.
Okay.
All right. Family friendly. The Crow, fired up. So this one's based off of the first movie, and it's an Eric Draven story. So you're trying to stop the gang from burning down the city, all while taking out the gang members at the same time. It follows the story of the movie, so anybody who's familiar with that's going to know what that is.
That's cool.
That'll be out this October. Big Trouble in Little China Legendary. A personal favorite of mine. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's based off the film. It's not based off of any other medium. It's certainly not based off of any second film that's rumored to be coming out. No.
Right.
This is, I mean, I've been a fan of this movie for 30 years. So,
yeah.
Like, it's
That's very cool.
Brimming with theme. This will be out at Gen Con.
The check is in the mail.
Yes. There's quite a few quotes from that film. Some we cannot say here.
Oh, yes, sure. Of course.
Then we have this new one called Dark Legacy. It's by a very popular artist named Brian Tillman. It's basically a two-player RPG in a box. Has a couple really cool key elements. The big hook is your mana changes every round based on a die roll as opposed to just having a resource row.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. Like I said, I'm not going to get too much into the mechanics here. But each player has a game board. Everything has certain spots you have to put things in and basically do battle. This one is huge.
Shark Island.
It is called Shark Island. Right.
Yes.
Designed by Richard Lanius and Pete Shirey. It is a game that is about a shark terrorizing an island, as you could quite imagine.
Yes.
The idea is one player is the overlord or shark, and then the other players are the hunters trying to stop the shark from invading the island and eating it whole. So if you succeed, shark goes away and dies. If you lose, shark eats everybody and you all die.
Okay, you just said that the island can be eaten by the shark? Or just everybody on the island?
Maybe so. Well, it depends, right?
It just depends.
It depends on the
how
size
big
of the
shark
shark, right?
is. Yeah.
I mean, Megalodon, maybe.
Maybe so.
You never know. All right, so that's Shark Island. That'll be out next August for right in tandem with Shark Week.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Dungeon Draft. This one is awesome. Designed by a friend of mine named Justin Gary. Some people may have heard of him, especially those who played the Magics.
Right.
Justin's a pretty hardcore game designer. Does really well. He obviously did Ascension, had his own company. So him and I still keep in touch. We chatted, decided to work on a game together, and came up with Dungeon Draft. Dungeon Draft, at its core, is a drafting game, and that's what I asked him to build, was just a hardcore drafting game that people can really screw each other over on. And mission accomplished.
Okay.
Everybody gets screwed over in Dungeon Draft. Very fun game. It's going to come out next year as well.
Okay, cool.
This is one I think is going to be amazing. It's called The Dingo Ate the Baby.
The Dingo Ate the Baby, eh?
Yes. It's a Mike Elliott game. It's really fun. It's very much a circle of life game. It's very strategic, but it's light. It's fun. It's got, you can take the theme how you want. It's called The Dingo Ate the Baby, but it actually is very light and very. It's a very cute looking game. So it's not blood and guts, but
It doesn't sound very fun for the baby, but
well, it depends. I mean, the baby gets to scare an elephant in the game, and just as long as you can stay away from the dingo. I mean, there's like salt and pepper being poured on the baby right now, so it screams for a really fun demo table if you ask me. This will actually be shown here at the show, so I expect to get a lot of feedback.
Cool.
Deadpool, Deadpool. Wow. Everything Deadpool. Deadpool all the time, Deadpool, right?
Wow.
This is a big one. It's called Deus Machina. It's our first go back into the minis realm since years past. This is a really, really big game. This is going to be a giant tabletop experience. It's going to have big mechs, fully painted, It's a 5v5 last man standing based on Roman gods and telling, having pilots jump into mechs and do, Roman style combat of ancient times with mechs. So pretty cool. There's a big catch though. The catch on this is the mechs are going to actually come apart. So what I mean by that is I love minis games. I love just seeing the landscape. Love seeing the snapshot when I walk into a room and I see it set up. What I don't like is after an epic battle, you and I are fighting it out and we're blowing the hell out of each other. And I blow your arm off, I blow your leg off, but the mini
model
pristine
is still there. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is have a system in place where you can remove those parts. If I roll a crit, I blow your arm off, you could take your arm off.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be a cumbersome method to do it. It's a pretty interesting thing we're designing.
That's cool.
So that's coming out probably Gen Con 2017.
Is it like...
And there's some 3D models to show.
Yeah, that's very cool looking.
Yeah. Like I said, they will come fully painted. They're about 3 inches around that level, so I mean they're good size minis.
You probably can't do something like that magnetically. So how are you guys making it?
I will say nothing.
You will say
I will
nothing.
say nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a really cool system we're working on. I think none of us that have worked on it have seen anything like it so far, and so I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
It's a big endeavor. It's going to be a big game, so I think the core set will have about 6 minis in it, TBD. There's also going to be a blind booster pack element to it, because if you can change out parts, you're going to want to keep adding parts to the pool.
Right.
Yeah.
So not only can they be taken off when you're doing damage, but you can pick and choose
Potentially,
what makes up.
yeah, it's still being worked on whether that's going to be like during gameplay or at the beginning of your game. This is what your build out is, which, a lot of other games do that as well, but we're going to be able to show you, through the mini themselves.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's about it. We got OP coming out, starting right now at the show for Versus System. So Versus System 2 PCG, excuse me. So those are available now. Any store can purchase a kit from their distributor and start having OP nights for Versus. It's real simple, $20 a kit. You want to run one night, buy one kit. Want to run 5 nights, buy 5 kits. We're not making you sign up for anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so that's the next year, and there's actually some more stuff that I can't show you, but it's in the works. There's obviously still Legendary happening. I mean, Legendary. I have Captain America's 75th anniversary expansion coming out this month. Have Civil War, the big box expansion coming out in June. So a lot of stuff for Legendary.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool. A lot of cool stuff. Thanks so much for joining us, Jason. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you guys on the flip side, y'all. Thanks for joining us.